There are a lot of times where, I consume the news every day. I consume the news from a variety of different news sources that all kind of get pushed towards me. My algorithm gives me everything, absolutely everything, and I'm thankful for it. But these headlines, like a lot of people do not click on an article of these clickbait headlines, and they take the headlines as news, and it's just like, did you read the article? Well, no, but this is what the headline said. I'm like, God, like news organizations realize that people are lazy as fuck and they're not going to read. And even if they do read the article, they're going to skim. They're probably not going to read it. And people's reading comprehension isn't so good. I remember one time, one of the trainers that I had working for us, we were getting in an argument. No, it wasn't an argument. It was a debate. And we were getting in a debate of what the proper protocol is to give a client when they have injured themselves. And I said, well, there's two different ways to, there's three different ways to give that protocol, right? Right. First, we need to find out what the injury is. Is it a chronic injury or is it an acute injury? An acute injury is something that is not common, doesn't happen repetitively. It could be you pulled something in your neck. You don't normally pull something in your neck. That's what happened that particular day. That's an acute injury. A chronic injury is something that is routinely bothering you, like tendonitis in your knee or tennis elbow, tendonitis in your elbow, something like that, right? If somebody has injured themselves to the point where they're not going to go to the doctor, right? Not go to the doctor where they don't need to go to the doctor. Or our recommendation isn't, it's not as bad as you may think. You're just sore, you just pulled something, and these are the steps you need to take, as opposed to if you sprained, tore, or broke something, you need to go to the doctor. But the proper protocol, if you have an acute injury, is you ice it, elevate it, and if it's really giving you pain, you use ibuprofen. If it's a chronic injury, you ice, then you add heat, then you add ice again, elevate, ibuprofen. The reason why you never put direct heat on an inflammation or injury, pull, something of that nature, is because when the hell do you put out a fire with heat? You don't add heat to a fire, just aggravates it. You want to cool it off because it's inflamed. So me and her are going back and forth. And I said, this is in your textbook that you studied from. It's in the chapter. We need to go back to the chapter. So we go back to the chapter, and sure enough, what I said was a chapter. That wasn't good enough for her. She wanted to research it. And this was somebody who was going to med school, right? And they're arguing with me. And I understand that they want to come out as right because they're like, I'm going to med school. I know more about the body than you do. And technically, she was right. She knows more about the body than I do. But this particular field, I'm a master at it. And she is not. So she pulled up some article and she was like, see, it proves my point. And in the article, it literally said the exact same thing that I told you guys. And I was like, oh my God, you are studying to be a doctor and you don't have reading comprehension. I don't even understand how that's possible. I said, it's in the article. What I said is exactly in the article. It's right here. No, that's not what it says. What do you mean it's not? It's almost verbatim. It's exactly what the fuck are you talking about? The person didn't continue on working with the company anymore because I couldn't trust that they would give the right advice and would open us up to a liability where we could be sued. But it's just like people just don't have the ability to read and retain. And I'll be real honest with you. I had a lawyer send me something because I'm working on something, and a friend of mine who's a lawyer write something up for me and send it to me. And I had to read it several times to be able to comprehend it. It was a legal document. So, those are hard to comprehend sometimes. Go ahead and read your iPhone agreement every time they update it. Go ahead, try it. I tried it. It is very complicated and tough to understand. So, yes, sometimes things you got to read several times to comprehend them. But news articles, those are written. News articles are written for people that have, I forgot what it was. It's no higher than a 7th or 8th grade education or 7th or 8th grade reading level. It is specifically meant to cater to everybody. If you like that clip, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to catch up on all of our latest content. Don't forget to hit the notification button when you do subscribe so you can get updated every time we release content. We release content every day, whether it's an actual show or clips from the shows. So go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. Also, don't forget our Patreon page where you can find our Talking Straight-ish and After Hours Uncensored episodes. That's patreon.com/Unsolicited Perspectives. But once again, thank you again for listening to Unsolicited Perspectives. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, and I'm going to catch you next time. I'll holla.